Avinash in Mumbai, India, a place that I have been to and really enjoyed. Paul, in my audiophile journey, I have never heard a ported speaker which is fast enough as a sealed design. Even the FR series from PS Audio uses passive radiators. For me, sealed is always more musical. What do you think? I think your experiences are probably correct, because up until the Aspen series, I would never have considered having a speaker that wasn't sealed. As some of you may know, when I was with Arnie Nudell of Infinity at Genesis, and all the years that Arnie spent at Infinity designing speakers, there was almost never a ported design. The SM series from Infinity had a ported design, and SM was supposed to stand for Studio Monitor officially, but when you knew Arnie, he would laugh and he would just shake his head and he goes, "Oh, they're just crap. They're loud crap." I had to do it because, we sell tons of them and people love them and they play loud. He said, I think it stands for, sadomasochist, because he just hated the sound of a ported speaker. So at Genesis, we never made a ported speaker, and we sealed it. And yes, in general, I would totally agree with you. And then I met Chris Brunhaber, and Chris came on board. I was so impressed with him. Chris came on board as a speaker designer, and we were originally going to build servo woofers inside of all of the Aspen series. And Chris said, "Can I convince you that everything you think you know about ports and passive radiators is all wrong?" And I thought, okay, I like this guy. Absolutely. You prove me wrong. I mean, I'm not going to go into all the stories of the big shootouts we've had with tubes in solid state. And, I'm one who, puts up a bit of a fight, and then like somebody challenges me and says, "I can show you that you're wrong." Bring it on, brother. Let's do it. Come on. Show me. Because once I learned that I'm wrong, I just learned something. I just graduated, right? And that's one of the keys to advancing yourself, is to be open, not just to criticism, but to being wrong. The more wrong I am, the more I learn and grow. I want to be wrong. So Chris said, here's the deal. You've heard Teals, you've heard Pokes, you've heard all kinds of speakers with ported and passive radiator designs, and all of them were that slow, thuddy kind of bass, right? And I said, yep. And he goes, they didn't know what they were doing. There is an art to designing a passive radiator that not many people understand, but I do. And we had a shootout. Chris designed a passive radiator system, and we compared it to a sealed servo woofer, and it kicked its ass. I mean, big time. And I became a convert. It's like, okay, I got it. It's like, what's a good analogy in food? Something that you've always hated. Like, I didn't like this, and I don't like that. And then one day, somebody prepared it in a way that blew your socks off. And you realize you were wrong about the thing in general. It was just the way it was done. And the opinion you formed was all based on listening or tasting something not done correctly. So, yes, I agree with you. In general, I would never touch a ported or a passive radiator. But on the Aspen series, I've never had somebody just not drop their jaw listening to it and saying, that's the best bass I've ever heard out of a speaker. Read some of the reviews. There was the one that just came out on the FR30. The guy just swooned over it. Passive radiators again. So, all right, enough babbling. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.